Hi and welcome to Lavneesh Sarki class. In this worksheet, we will again discuss and understand about some new features of federalism. Today, we will discuss about the center and state relations first, and secondly, we will discuss about the decentralization. In the first paragraph, we will discuss about center-state relations. In federal structure, the relation between the central government and the state government depends on various other factors than the constitutional provisions. It also depends upon how do ruling parties and its leaders follow the principles of federal system of government. In India, one party has ruled in center and in most of the states for longer period of time. This means that the state governments did not exercise their rights as autonomous federal units. In those days, the central government would often misuse the constitutional powers to dismiss the state governments that were controlled by rival parties. This changed significantly after 1990. That means the scenario has changed after 1990 because the rise of regional political parties. This was the period when the rise of regional political parties in many states of the country. These regional parties has so much of support in their respective states. This was also the beginning of era of coalition governments at the center. Do you know about coalition government? When two or more parties come together to form the government is called coalition governments. This led to a new culture of power sharing and respect for the autonomy of state of governments. Respect for the autonomy of state governments means at that time no party has won majority. That is why they took support of various regional parties. So whatever the demands of regional parties, the majority party or the large party has accepted the demands of regional parties. Now we'll come in the second paragraph, decentralization. When power is taken away from central and state governments and given to local government, it is called decentralization. The basic idea behind decentralization is that there are a large number of problems and issues which are best settled at the local level. Yes, the large number of problems and issues of an area knows better by the people who they resides in that area. That is why a local government form. A major step towards decentralization was taken in 1992. Do you know about local government? In villages, they are called panchayats, and in urban areas, they are called municipalities. From the board point of view, it is an important question. So please understand carefully. In 1992, Constitution was amended to make this level of government more powerful and effective. These provisions are: number 1, it is constitutionally mandatory to hold regular elections of local governments. Seats are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and other backward classes. That means some seats are reserved for these categories. Number 3 is at least 1/3 of all positions are reserved for women. Number 4 is an independent institution called the State Election Commission has been created for conducting elections of these government. Number 5 is the state governments are required to share some powers and revenue with the local governments. These are the provisions to strengthen this third level of government, that is local government. Let's come to the question and answers. First question is, how does factors other than constitutional provisions affect federal system of government? Give some examples. As we discussed above, for a long time the same party ruled both at the center and in most of the states. Because of this, the state governments did not exercise their right as autonomous federal units. And when there was a rival party ruling in some state, the central government would often misuse the constitutional powers to dismiss the state governments because they were controlled by rival parties. These are the factors to affect federal system of government. The second question is the respect to the autonomy of states has increased in the era of coalition government. Why do you see it as an important development? The respect for the autonomy of states has increased in the era of coalition government. Yes, because in coalition government, large parties take the support of various regional parties. So whatever they demands to the large parties, they accept it. The second part, why do you see it as an important development? Yes, it is an important development because India is a large country with so many diversities. Each and every state has so much of diversities, so much of problems. That is why whenever central government takes any decision, they must keep in the diversities, the problems of the different states and the demands of regional parties. The third question is, given an example, a coalition government which rules in a state at present, which political parties are members of this coalition government? Maharashtra is the state in which the coalition government was formed. The Shiv Sena and the Indian National Congress formed the government in Maharashtra. Fourth question is, why is it important to decentralize the power? Because it could help in the administration. And the basic idea behind decentralization is that there are a large number of problems and issues which are best settled at the local level. I hope मेरे इस समझाने से शायद आप इस वर्कशीट को समझ पाए होंगे और इससे आपको इन क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व करने में बहुत हेल्प